Peace, y'all. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Let's pick a subject or scenario. I had a very interesting morning a couple mornings ago, and my son said something random, and I was just like, okay, what the hell? But he was like, Mom, guys need to be careful because all these women want is Gucci and designer bags. I was like, what? Where did that come from? Like, that was random. I was like, random. Oh, let me take my little band off. Y'all, I actually went out and danced and had a good time today. I don't normally do it, but this weekend has been full of that with just really cool people. So, yeah, I went out. It's wild, right? Me going out. But, yeah, he said that, and I was kind of startled, but kind of like, where are you getting that from? Like, what makes you think that men need to be careful because all women want is Gucci and designer bags? So I'm sitting there making his breakfast, right? And I'm making his lunch. And I'm like, I said, do you really believe that? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, what makes you repeat it if you're not sure if it's true or if you believe it or not? He said, I don't know. And I was like, I said, let me ask you a question. He said, sure, Mom, what's the question? I'm like, do you think that's what Mommy wants? He looks me dead in my eye. He's like, no. I said, am I not a woman? He said, yes, you're a woman. I said, so if I don't want that, then what does Mommy want? He looks me dead in my eye. He goes, Mama wants love. I thought that was like the sweetest thing ever. I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, my son has been with me since the womb. So like my son knows me. So I told him, I was like, you shouldn't generalize a certain specific person based off of what one person may be. I said, I think the best thing going forward, instead of you just saying that, is making your own opinion of the individual that you're talking about and leaving it at just that. You may or may not have the same answer because everybody's different. I said, son, I just want you to understand that everybody doesn't move like that. And clearly you see that because you just told me that Mommy doesn't want designer bags and Gucci. You just told me that Mommy wants love, which is very true. I give a fuck about designer stuff. Like, do I have a couple pieces? Yeah, cool. Does that defy like who I am as a person and what it is I feel like I desire or need in anybody? No. So I found that to be a very interesting subject that my son decided to speak on. But it did open up the idea of him not looking at everyone as a categorized situation. Like, everybody's different, right? And when we look at connections, relationship, love, like, everybody's love language is different. So, we talk about that as well. Like, some people's love language is giving. Some people's love language may be touch, So there's like different types of love languages. And I wanted my son to know that even though, Mommy may not be into the designer clothes and the bags, I said, but there is someone else out there. But the goal is, I just hope that in that basis, it's based off of love, So it's really cool to watch my son have that conversation with me, or have the conversation with my son, and it be just about that. And not only realizing that everybody does not operate in that manner, but to understand that the one person who raised him and is still, very much active in that role, sees that that's not what Mommy wants. And he sees very clearly what Mommy wants. And it's funny because Um, I've been very introverted, right? My son has never met any men, right? I don't bring people around my child, right? I tend to hold that as a very sacred space for me. And if you do meet my child, then that's different. There's a bond there, or there's a connection there, or you just happen to run into them. But um, my children are, I say my children, good Lord, my child is very important to me, and I'm very careful with not allowing anyone around my child until it's solidified or something that is serious. So my son has yet to meet anyone of that realm. Not to say that it would never happen. Um, but yeah, it's interesting to have that conversation with my little boy and talk about just, mommy's goal in life is love. When it comes to connections and people that she deals with. And I can only live through experience, right? All I know is love. I was raised around it, right? And even though it wasn't like perfect love, like I'm one of those people that deserves or feels like I deserve that. It's the environment I've always been around. Why not continue to go down that road but improve it, right? So I tend to sorry. I tend to really give my son time with me because he needs to. I think that's the reason why I think he really says like, "Mommy just wants love." It's because you only are a product of your environment. My son knows that. As a mom, I know nothing more than to make sure that he is loved and appreciated and respected, and I just want the best for my son.